great to see the Chief here. It was nice of him to stay for 2 or 3 segments on a Friday, which is good of you,
Well, the
Chief.
difference is, Duke, I've been treated with a modicum more respect tonight, which is nice.
Well, I didn't know about this, Chief, because, of course, I was over in Perth. And
Well, see, it got away from us without your leadership, Jim.
well, Chief, you just upped and buggered off, I understand.
Complete lack of respect, Jim, last week.
Yeah, for
Gary,
us.
what happened to the Chief?
Not the end result we were after.
And that's the sort of arrogance that's going to pay off here, let me tell you.
A lot of love for Tyson Goldsack interview.
He's a champ,
They
that's
just
why.
loved him. And can't roll a turd, he said.
No, you
can't polish a turd.
polish.
He did say it was working swimmingly for him
He
off
did,
field,
he
though.
did,
That's
so-
a little bit of cockiness, isn't it? That's nice.
I like it.
Ben says you can't polish a turd. This is on Twitter, but you can roll it in glitter. go the sack.
Well, this all came about because we asked the Sack about, or Gaz asked the Sack about the new shag, where he's getting a bit foppish and has to pin it back Cam Mooney style, and he said it's working after hours just perfectly.
Getting the job done off the field.
It would appear to be.
I thought it looked
think
awesome,
that-
Jim.
You liked it, Chief?
I loved it.
There you go.
Just the option, I think.
To
was
have the
magnificent.
ability
Yep.
to do it. Yep. Hey, we did also touch on the hot breakfast, of course, and Ed and Tony Sheahan just going. Well, I'm not sure it was head to head, to be brutally honest.
I don't think it was a head-to-head at all, Jim, from my recollection of it. But occasionally you do bait Ed because you know that he's capable of letting fly. Not required this morning. Not required. It was just hit audio. Producer Jay came in and said he's an American and does a great job. But hey, man, I think there's something we need to have a look at here. come out in the booth. And I said there's only one thing to do and just play that unannounced. And you should have seen Ed's head. It went, and quite rightly so,
What colour?
because it started to sort of a purpley colour and then nearly exploded off his shoulders. And I can understand why, because that is as low a thing to accuse someone of
No doubt.
leaking stuff about a former player, about a current player, which was a poor thing to say. And I staggered by it, to be honest with you. But anyway, that's the nature of it, and it was a pretty swift response, fair to say.
When he gets his eye in, he can seriously start not getting the ball to the fence, but comfortably into the seats.
What did he call him? An unmitigated idiot, I think, was the opening response, and then it's disintegrated from there. But poor old Tony can get it wrong every now and then. 2 phones, Tony Sheahan. So
Well, as can we all.
correct.
Let's be
No, I'll
brutally
put my
honest.
hand up there on that front
We're
as well.
all capable of that.
I've noticed it's a fairly quiet Wolf since I've wandered in, and he had his head buried in Twitter, which normally means there's a few compliments coming his way, and he's been lost in his own
Didn't talk
self-indulgence. Or
between 20 past 5 and 6:01.
What's wrong with you, Gary? Is there some sort of issue or not?
What's happening with you?
What
guys?
is happening?
Are you being a quiet gypsy?
What are
Or
we dealing with? The old pencil head comes in at 7 o'clock, rolls in, starts firing bullets.
Just asking a legitimate question, given you haven't contributed for
A
a
bit
while.
like Stuart Maxwell. I set it up, and then I let you boys enjoy the success. All right?
Gee.
So that's what you've got to come to grips with,
Did you
all
say
right?
Stuart Maxwell?
Yeah.
I think
I'm pretty sure he
you
did.
got his name wrong.
And
What's that?
And he still doesn't know.
that
Richie
sums up,
Vandenberger-Rugen?
that sums up what we're dealing with right there in that sentence.
You don't know
Very-
who Stuart Maxwell is, you
No.
dickheads. That's a
He's
guy
Nick's younger brother.
who
Is he?
works behind the scenes in the media.
Has there ever been a less genuine individual
Doubtful.
ever?
Doubtful.
Gary, you were a bit quiet there. I was wondering what you were doing.
Oh, hey, there's 5 in the box, Jim. Sometimes you got to back off. You can't dominate. Like, I'd already kicked 7. It was half time.
Boy.
Sometimes you got to share it round.
Oh, no.
Yeah, through the rush hour 3 nights this week too.
Exactly right. No nap.
So have you used up
3
your
days
on-air...
nap.
Gary, I want to know this. Have you used up your on-air words this week?
Jim, when you're 15 up, halfway through the third, you get the other blokes off the bench, like old Duke here, and you let him have a
Jim,
run.
Now I've worked out.
And you hand him a couple off the Joe the Gooses.
His work week's gone from 8 hours to
That's
16, and he's completely
finished him.
He's melted. He's melted.
And he,
Flattened him right out.
and he also had to do the Jack Trengove interview this week too, JB. Another task.
He did.
It's a 20-hour work week.
And then some Twitter man said that he
Unprecedented.
looked a little chubby.
I did.
So that's flattened him.
Right, I did. I look like Michael Long. Don't worry.
Oh, don't pot long,
Hey, you seen the paper? You seen the paper?
Hey, even Bill Brownless potted Longy.
No, it's
We did have to-
indigenous
we did
round,
have to
yeah,
say to
don't
him,
Oh, I
know.
look like Chief.
That's all right. At least I can defend myself. But you can't pot people that have got no recourse.
No, fair enough.
No, well, Bill did. He was happy to do it too. And we did ask if the mirrors were broken at Bill's joint.